Good evening, Lacrosse fans, and welcome to Andre Reed Stadium here on the beautiful campus of Kutztown University. Darren Jurgen, Kutztown University Sports Information Graduate Assistant, bring you all the action tonight here from Andre Reed in a Pennsylvania State Athletic Conference matchup between your Kutztown University Golden Bears, the Huskies. Going to turn it over now to the PA here for the national anthem. We'll be back with the starting lineups and draw here from Andre Reed. Alrighty, we are back in action here. Pre-game formalities wrapped up, national anthem done. So, like we said, matchup here today, women's lacrosse between your Kutztown University Golden Bears. Golden Bears with a 4-4 record, 1-2 in the PSAC, coached by Jackie Stezzi in her first year, assisted by Kristen McGrath on Bloomsburg side, 6-2 overall, 4-1 in the PSAC. Coach Shannon Hertz is in her second season, and she's assisted by her GA, Patrice Coleman. Coming to this one, Bloomsburg 4-1, sitting in second place in the PSAC lacrosse standings, while Kutztown at 1-2 is Wells way down the table, but really just have only played 3 games. A lot of other teams have played 4, 5, or 6. A lot of rescheduled games here early on, as can be the case during the spring sports season. And that certainly has been the case. A run of 6 games starting with today in the next 2 weeks for the Golden Bears. So starting lineups, list them down for Kutztown. So last names, defender number 2, Vaughn. Attacker number 3, Carlucci. Midfielder number 4, Watkins. Midfielder number 7, Fitzpatrick. Defender number 10, Lehman. Attacker number 14, Gabriel. Midfielder number 15, Lauren Schmidt. Defender number 22, Shannon Darcy. Attacker number 23, Michaela Bowman. Attacker number 27, Sela Cafferata. Midfielder number 29, Emily Smith. And in goal, number 31, Haley Klein. For Bloomsburg, midfielder number 3, Taylor Turner. Attacker number 8, Lindsay Coyle. Defender number 10, Tiffany Diachinski. Attacker number 11, Sydney Collins. Midfielder number 15, Abby Bergman. Attacker number 16, Kaylin Gormley. Attacker number 18, Tracy Rusin. Defender number 22, Delaney Shopper. Defender number 24, Abby Nacito. Attacker number 25, Hannah Jaskuda. Defender number 28, Allison Bardman. And the goalie, number 99, Angela DiPasquale. So we are just about set here. As we said, a big game for both teams. Bloomsburg sitting in second place at 4-1, trying to catch up to undefeated 12th-ranked Westchester, 4-0 in the conference and 9-0 overall. And for Kutztown, got a big first conference win against Gannon last weekend in dramatic come-from-behind fashion, but they're looking to parlay that here into a few more wins, especially really become the meat of their conference schedule with all the rescheduled games. Draw taken, and we are now underway for some nighttime women's lacrosse here from Andre Reed Stadium. Not a lot going early on. Ball picked up there. That's number 16, Kaylin Gormley with it. Gormley towards the net, shot, and it is in. It looks like for a second. A little bit of a delayed reaction, but good pickup by Gormley on that ball that was being kind of kicked around by the 30, 40-yard line, and she streaks all the way in for the first one here. So just 28 seconds in, and Bloomsburg gets on the board first. It looks like the goal is going to be credited to number 18, Tracy Rusin. So thought it was 16. Looks like it's 18 with it. The senior from Martinsville, New Jersey, gets her first goal of the season And the assist from Kaylin Gormley, that is her 19th assist on the year. So one shot, one goal now for the Huskies, and KU will look to get the draw control here and do the same. Ball out, scrambling for it, and that's number 29, Emily Smith with it. All the way to the net. Shot low, but a nice save there by Di Pasquale. So that was Destiny Watkins getting off a good shot. But the bouncer handled there by Di Pasquale, and she'll look to clear. All right, scramble for it in midfield, and that one's picked up there by Bloomsburg as they look to move it out. Looks like that is number 8 down there, Lindsay Coyle with it, the junior from Cherry Hill, back around the goal. Going to work that X spot early on from the Huskies. Coyle around the net, dishes off, big collision inside, and that's going to be a foul there on KU defense. Looks like that's number 16 down there, Kaylin Gormley, and she was sandwiched by 2 Kutztown defenders. So Gormley going to get an opportunity here on the free position early on. And KU, despite making that comeback last week, definitely looked comfortable playing from behind. You'd always rather not. And right now, having the opportunity to go down 2. Good shot there and bounce through the legs of Klein. So a nice little play there by Gormley, not only drawing the foul, but kind of drawing a little bit of contact as she went towards the net. But slots it through the legs of the goaltender Klein. And with 27:43 left here in the first half, Bloomsburg now up 2-0. So just a little break in the action. Look around our PSAC scoreboard here from earlier today. So most of these games, all of them actually have gone final. So IUP getting the win 16-5 over Edinburgh. Mercyhurst with a 19-6 win at home against Gannon. Millersville with a 13-4 win at home against Shippensburg. And Slippery Rock with a 16-4 defeat at home. So a lot of one-sided games in the PSAC today. But I think for any PSAC fans out there, this would be the one to circle on tonight's schedule as far as 2 relatively evenly matched teams and expecting a good game. But early on, Bloomsburg with the 2-0 lead, and ouch, that could not have felt good. That was Schmidt on the draw there, and she got smacked in the face with the stick of the Bloomsburg player. It was definitely inadvertent, but Schmidt took the worst of that, and they will reset the draw at midfield. Up there, and the Huskies going to come away with the draw control once again, and that's number 9, Aaron Bolger with it. Bolger upfield. That's Megan Smith working it to the far side. Now the Huskies in their own offensive end looking to set up again, and already up 2-0. KU needs to come up with a turnover here as it's in trouble early on. And that's exactly what the doctor ordered there, turnover, and on the ground. That was number 16, Taylor Small, picking it up. Freshman gets rid of it. And streaking down the side, too fast for everybody, is Amanda Lehman, the junior from York, Pennsylvania. Moves it into the offensive end. Lehman finds Gabriel. Gabriel scored 5 last game, at 6 total points. Nice pass by Gabriel to Carlucci, and she finishes it. That's exactly how you dial it up in transition. Gabriel feeds Carlucci, and she slots it down low for a big first goal of the game, and that'll cut the deficit down to 1. Here with 26:51 left. Talked about Gabriel with those. Actually, she had 4 goals and 5 points overall, so my mistake. So 4 goals and 1 assist to add to that. Gabriel now with 21 goals on the season after that game against Gannon. But Gabriel showing she can get it done in a variety of ways, not only able to score the ball, but able to feed and set up her teammates, and a perfect feed there for Carlucci. Senior from Wayne, New Jersey, gets KU on the board. Draw out front. Early on, Bloomsburg's won 2 of the first 3 draw controls. Have to see if that continues. A lot of deliberating going on out there with our referee, making sure everything's exactly where she wants it to be before getting this back underway. Thing looks good there. Ball coming out. Picked up there by the Huskies. It's going to actually just be an illegal touching, so the Huskies are going to get it anyway as Fitzpatrick reached across the line and touched the ball. So a foul there, and Bloomsburg gets it, moving into the offensive end quickly. KU back on defense. She's going to have to stop the ball, but did not do so. But a high shot there as Smith comes up with it, but I think on the take to the net, it's going to be a foul. So that foul is going to go there on number 2, Megan Vaughn on defense, as she was beat by number 11, Sydney Collins, and committed the infraction. Collins now on the free position. We'll see if she tries to go low with the shot here, especially climb with that stick up high. A lot of times you can beat the goalie low, and that one instead just beats the goalie quick right past the stick. So Klein looked like she might have had a shot at that one, but couldn't come up with it, and Bloomsburg back on the board as they take a 3-1 lead. So this game back and forth here early on. KU gets the big goal, but then Bloomsburg opens up its deficit back to 3-1, and that's 2 free position goals already for the Huskies. That's Destiny Watkins out there, trying somebody else in the draw circle. After KU has not been so successful here early on, Watkins doing battle with Bloomsburg's number 15, Abby Bergman, and Bergman comes up with it on the far side. Ball kicked around there, and nice play there. I think that's Vaughn actually with it. The defender making a nice play and carrying it into the offensive zone. She'll be looking to get rid of it now, and does so. Gives that one off there to Cafferata. Back behind the net, that's Bowman with it. Bowman looking to feed out front. Near side, Gabriel. Gabriel with it on the right hand. Probing around in the zone. Gabriel with a bounce shot, but that one's saved by Deep Pasquale. And just in watching Deep Pasquale in warm-ups, she's a very good goalkeeper, and that one is just not going to test her enough. That's a far-out shot from Gabriel, and she really didn't have a good angle at the net, and Deep Pasquale is going to make that one look easy all night. Definitely want to be taking a page out of what was in that first goal for KU and working the ball around, working some one-timers as opposed to the one-on-one game, which Gabriel tried to play there. Bloomsburg doing that effectively there as 23. Kelleher finds Jaskuda, and now it is 4-1 in favor of the Huskies. So you see that shot that was maybe ill-advised there by Gabriel, and it comes back to bite the Golden Bears there quickly as in transition, Bloomsburg able to make quick work of it, and there's simply nothing goalkeeper Haley Klein could have done on that one. A cross-field pass. She's got a lot of place to move, and she's got to rely on her defense to get back and make a play on that one. Unfortunately, they were not able to do so. And the score now 4-1. I think our scoreboard was a little behind, but we're now all caught up in 4-1. So KU may be comfortable playing from a deficit as a timeout going to be taken here. And it looks like Coach Stezzi's got a lot to say, and that's no surprise here from Andre Reed Stadium. So we will take a break with 25-22 left here in the first half, and Bloomsburg leading 4-1. You're watching Kutztown University Women's Lacrosse on the Golden Bear Network. All right, Jackie Stezzi firing up the troops and needing to do so. Down 3 here early with 25-22 left in the first half. KU facing a 3-goal deficit. After Bloomsburg scored the first 2, KU scored the second one, but then Bloomsburg went on another 2-0 run and made the score 4-1. So now Watkins back out there for the draw control, second time in a row, and KU's going to come up with it this time. So a good win there by Watkins as it's controlled by number 28, Allison McCormick, and move behind the net. Good feed inside, shot, and goal. So that's exactly how you draw it up. Bowman looked like she found 16. Going to get a confirmation on whether that was Taylor or Small. I thought it was, but Bowman with a great find on the inside, and that's more of what we were looking for. Work the ball around. It's going to be 15, Lauren Schmidt, that gets the goal, but work the ball around and make the extra pass that allows for the easy goal, as opposed to that contested shot taken by Gabriel on the last possession. This a much better selection of shot, and what do you know? It ends up in the back of the net. So 4-2 now the score as KU gets a quick goal out of the timeout, and can chalk that one up to good coaching. A good timeout there by Stezzi, not only to control what was a mounting Bloomsburg lead, but looked like a little bit of maybe a set play there with Bowman going behind the net and feeding it out front for the easy goal on the near side. Draw control coming here again. Been a high-scoring first couple minutes of action here as 4-2 the score in favor of Bloomsburg, and KU comes out with its second consecutive draw control. That is number 15, Lauren Schmidt, ending up with the ground ball. In the midfield, that's Destiny Watkins with it. Nice shake and bake move there by Watkins as she moves it into the offensive zone, looking to get rid of it. For a while they're doing it herself, but a smart job there to get rid of it to Schmidt. Schmidt has, looks like that's Smith on the near side. Schmidt over to Smith. Smith doesn't get the shot off, but it looks like a foul called on the inside. So Smith, I believe, will have a free position. Yes, she will. So again, good ball movement there. Extra pass leads to Smith on the run into the offensive end, and she with the free position now. Bounce shot, and it's good. So just like that, quick timeout, and a minute later, and KU is down just 1, 4-3, after Smith finishes the goal from the free position. Smith on the free position. That's her 8th goal of the season. And Smith, the junior from Philly, by way of St. Hubert Catholic. Not one of the top 5 goal scorers on the team, so definitely always good to get that contribution from some of those other players that don't always put the ball in the back of the net. Smith getting on the board today, and I believe she also had one against Gannon. Yes, she did. So a little bit of scoring from everybody for the KU offense. And that's what they're going to need. This game looks like it's going to be one with a lot of goals in it, and there's a foul in the midfield there as Bloomsburg takes the ball back. 9 with possession there for Bloomsburg, so that's Erin Bolger. She was in trouble there as swarmed by the Golden Bears. Ball being kicked around, now picked up now by Sydney Collins on the near side. Collins, the Westminster, Maryland native, sophomore for the Huskies, takes it in, throws behind the goal, but that pass was mishandled there by, it looks like, Lindsay Coyle behind the net. So, again, KU putting a little pressure on by scoring those 2 goals. The game starts to get tighter, and the other team makes a few mistakes, and that's one big one there that you got to capitalize on. Klein with it, clears, and now that's Devin Fitzpatrick in her own end, looking to move it out. Fitzpatrick doing a good job there, getting it to the 45, but then that ball knocked out of Fitzpatrick's stick, and, boy, they're going to rule that actually it was last off Fitzpatrick, so Bloomsburg going to get it back quickly, and now they have a chance in transition. 3-on-3, maybe a 4-on-3 with a cutter to the net. Nice defensive play made there. So number 1 there, Anna Dempsey, the freshman from Pottstown, was wide open for Bloomsburg in the middle for a second on the back door, but a good job of back checking there by Emily Smith as she comes back and breaks it up. Near side, Amanda Lehman, and we've seen her do this a couple times. Lehman has some speed, especially when she can find some open space as she takes it coast to coast, and now KU setting up shop in its own offensive end. Michaela Bowman on the near side. Had an assist earlier on. Now Smith up top who scored. Carlucci scored as well. So KU with some offensive threats out on the field right now. Bowman carrying in. Doesn't see anything she likes. Smartly gives it up to Carlucci on the far side. 40 seconds left on the shot clock. Cutter coming towards the middle. Carlucci thinks better of it. Back out. Works it back out top to Bowman. Bowman looking to drive. Now I'm going to work it to the near side. KU working that ball around, looking for the open player in the middle. Maybe finds it there, and that was Carlucci for a second. She just couldn't handle the hot pass from Gabriel. So good job by Gabriel to facilitate, but Carlucci couldn't handle it. Maybe the pass was a bit off from Gabriel, a little high or too hot to handle as the Huskies moving it forward, looking to clear, and a nice pass made there as that's Dempsey streaking towards the net. Dempsey has a player on the near side if she wants it, but will go and elect to back it out as Bloomsburg will try to control some possession. 21:40 left here in the first half, and KU down 4-3, being down 4-1, but big timeouts kind of changed the momentum in this game, and if they can get this a turnover here and tie it up, that would really swing things in their favor. Number 8 up top, that's Lindsey Coyle, the junior from Cherry Hill, surveying the field. Far side back behind for the Huskies. Huskies doing exactly kind of what KU's done. KU's picked its spots a few times in transition, but really just working the ball around methodically and looking for that open shot. Take a lot of high percentage shots, and most of them are going to go in. And that's kind of what both teams have employed on the offensive end thus far. That's going to be a foul there. It looks like it's going to go on number 22, Shannon Darcy. So Darcy, the redshirt freshman from Warwick, commits the infraction, and now that is Sydney Collins on the near side with a free position from far out. Collins is going to elect to back it out. 25 seconds now on the shot clock. So Bloomsburg is going to have to work for something quick, and that's the one nice thing about the shot clock being instituted into the game. Teams can't just hold the ball forever and wait for the open shot. They've got to force the action at some point. Action forced, and wow, I don't even know how Lindsey Coyle got through there. It looked like they were going to call a foul. I saw the referee with the flag up, but maybe not. But Coyle somehow found a way in the front of goal. Luckily, the shot went wide. Looking to do the same. Little dump-off pass. As the shot clock reset, Coyle with it out front, and that shot wide. So 2 point-blank chances for the Huskies here, but not able to get it on frame. And they will continue with their possession in the offensive end. Good little combo game. Shot there and wide. Huskies with plenty of players behind the goal to make sure they continue to retain possession. That shot was by Hannah Jaskuda, the junior from Gilbertsville. Working behind the net. Huskies looking for somebody out front. KU's got a lot of players in the middle, but a gamble taken there. Nearly bites it. As that's number 18 inside, and she will be fouled. So 18, Tracy Rusin, kind of with a little spin move to get in there. And the contact on her will draw an infraction. It looks like there was a collection there of Lehman and maybe Fitzpatrick that draw the foul. But now, chance for Rusin to get her team's lead back to 2. Rusin on the free position on the right, cradles, shoots, and saved by Klein. So I don't know what it is. I know sometimes it works, but the bounce shot on the free position seems to be the ticket, as most of those have found the back of the net. And anytime shooting high, you're looking right at the goalie stick. And Klein and DePasquale have made a couple good saves on that. That one, clear attempt, looked like it was going to be good to Watkins, but a nice play made there on the far side. And she's going to earn a foul, or it's going to be a foul there on Watkins after getting dispossessed. Good pickup there by the Husky player on the far side, as now the Huskies look to move it forward and clear out of their own zone. It's Dyczynski on the near side. Working back around the net. So more methodical play here from the Huskies and head coach Shannon Hertz in the first half. As you know, for a game that started out being pretty high scoring, the score was 4-2 with, 25 minutes left in the half, and we really thought we were going to see a lot of goals. This one's really slowed down, and I think you can talk about the team's ball security because of that. Just not a lot of bad turnovers in your own offensive end, which allow easy opportunities in transition. A lot of working for it, and that one saved again by Klein. Klein didn't really have any idea where that was. No stick on it, but sometimes your body's good enough as the goalie. And she's able to make the stop with the body. Deflection down there. Not sure exactly what the call is going to be. It looks like it's going to stay with the Huskies. So 18-11 left here in the first half. And Bloomsburg clinging to a 4-3 lead. Like we said, a huge game for both teams. Bloomsburg kind of knocking on the door of that top spot in the PSAC, and Kutztown could ill afford to lose this one, especially at home when you're looking at Westchester in the next game, and that'll be a tough team. Then you'll have a couple games at home that are very winnable in Edinboro and Slippery Rock. But after getting that big win against Gannon and kind of having some momentum after two tough losses at IUP and at Ship, by a total of, 8 goals combined, but really those games are a lot closer than they indicated in the box score. But you get back on the horse at Gannon, and dropping this one would be a crusher headed into that Westchester game. So Klein able to now survey and look to clear. There's not a lot of open runners for KU, but she finds Devin Fitzpatrick, and Fitzpatrick can run. She should just go, as she will, and will be able to clear the zone and get into the offensive end, and smartly gives it off to Gabriel. See if Gabriel will look for early offense. There's been some opportunities to go early. Good move there by Gabriel. Back over to the left. Ooh, and they're going to call a foul. Gabriel looked like she was going to take it in, as her one-on-one play was excellent there. But she'll earn the free position, and now Gabriel knows how to convert from here, the all-time leading scorer in school history. Be surprised if she can't put this one in the back. Bounce shot, and DePasquale can't keep it out of the net. So the bouncer with a little deflection, DePasquale almost got a piece of it, which give her credit. Gabriel's got a rocket, but DePasquale gets a piece, but not enough, and it ends up in the back of the net. Sarah's first goal of the day, and now she's got 2 points, adding to an assist early on. That's the 22nd goal of the season for Gabriel. And so now the score tied, and I know it was kind of facetious in saying that KU enjoys playing from behind, but ever since it went 4-1, the Golden Bears have looked like a different team. And now it's the question of, with the game being tied up at 4, how do you use that momentum and still motivate yourself to continue to build a lead of your own? It's easy, to say, oh, we got to get going when we're losing, but now with the game tied, you got to find a way to keep the foot on the gas pedal. Midfield draw control. We've seen a couple different players in there. Watkins, now we're going to see, I believe that's 28. That's going to be Allison McCormick in there. We've seen Schmidt in there a few times as well. But a foul called, and Bloomsburg going to get possession. They'll have an opportunity in transition. Got to get back on defense. The check there by Watkins is going to get called as an infraction, but kind of a smart play by Watkins. Bloomsburg was going to have numbers. And that's almost one of those, you see it sometimes in basketball where you just foul the guy because you know he's going to be on the fast break. And that's similar to what Watkins did there, and kind of a smart play. It's going to make Bloomsburg reset and not allow them an easy opportunity in front of the net. Watkins got her money's worth on that check as well. Definitely showing some aggression there. So now we're ticking down towards 15 minutes left here in the first half. And this game has settled into being a pretty good one. We're deadlocked at 4. And in what started out with a flurry of goals, we've seen some good defensive play and some good saves by the keepers on both teams here in the last couple minutes that has kind of kept the score in this manageable area. Dump inside, and a swarm of white jerseys there, and they will take it away. That's 22. Shannon Darcy coming away with it. Darcy kind of just running around to nowhere, but she's eventually able to give it off on the far side, and that's going to be a definite foul. They're going to call an... Okay, no. So the foul is going to go on 23, Grace Keller. I thought for a moment they were going to call an offensive foul, which, in my humble opinion, would have been a terrible call. But instead, they are going to award the foul on Keller, and that's going to be Lehman's opportunity to move it out. And Lehman, again, is just going to simply run by the Husky midfield and move it into the offensive end. So Lehman showing those wheels. We've seen it here on the near side a few times, and now we see it on the far side as a foul drawn over there and a quick reset. That's Gabriel into the zone. She's double-teamed. Good give-off there. Oh, and that was Bowman. She could have had a shot at goal, and I think she picked her head up to look at the net before handling it, but a nice play down in the corner there, and it's going to be recovered. So a good play there by 28 McCormick, who then nearly turned it over, but KU recovers it, and now Bowman driving towards the net. Bowman with a one-on-one out top, takes towards the net. Oh, she's got open room, and she lost the ball there for a second. DePasquale was out, and Carlucci able to pick it up. Gabriel back into the middle, and a foul called here on the near side. So that's Gabriel on the free position. She went for the bounce shot last time. DePasquale was able to get a piece of it, but it still found the back of the net. See if Gabriel will use the bouncer again. Looks like the wickets are going to be open, and actually that time it's going to go off the inside of DePasquale's legs. So she did try to go for it, but the 5-hole, she couldn't find the spot in between. But KU comes away with the offensive rebound, and they're back in possession. So whatever it's been, not to belabor the point, but after being down 3 goals, it really just has looked like a different KU team. Gabriel to the net, spin move, and looks like that was saved by DePasquale, but they're going to roll another free position. So every time Gabriel's gotten into the offensive end, it's either been a foul or a good chance for KU. She took that one bad shot at the beginning of the first half, and I think she's definitely learned from that. And what do you expect out of a player like Gabriel? Not only an outstanding player, but an experienced one in being a senior and knowing what's required of her out on the field. Gabriel, free position. Great shot. Wow. What a shot by Gabriel. She finds the inside of the netting on the far side. And, folks, that's a lot harder than it looks. As Gabriel, DePasquale seemed to have that post covered, but Gabriel dared her to beat her. And Gabriel wins that battle against DePasquale, and KU takes the 5-4 lead. Nice shot there by Gabriel. That's 23 on the season for number 14. And that's 3 points in the first half for Sarah. And that's going to be a timeout now called by the Huskies. So we'll step aside here and be right back with more women's lacrosse action here from Andre Reed Stadium with your score, Kutztown 5 and Bloomsburg 4 and 14-18 left here in the first half. You're watching Kutztown University Women's Lacrosse on the Golden Bear Network. Back in action here. Score Kutztown 5 and Bloomsburg 4. Last goal there by Sarah Gabriel, prompting a Husky timeout as KU went on a 4-0 run. Draw control there. The Huskies come away with it And actually only for a moment, as I was going to complain that it seems like every foul on the draw control is going on Kutztown, but maybe the referee's ears were ringing as that one goes on Bloomsburg. And Watkins able to control. Watkins into the offensive end. She's got numbers if she wants it, but going to back out. Bloomsburg kind of packing it in on defense, as KU's offense has worked well, and a forced pass there by Gabriel cannot find. Like that was McCormick on the inside. And so that's going to be DePasquale coming up with it, and she's looking to get rid of it, and that one's too hot, picked up there. KU on the run, breakaway for Gabriel. Can she finish it for the hat trick? No, as it's high and wide. So Gabriel's eyes kind of lit up there, I'm sure, in seeing that there was nobody between her and the net. And maybe should have taken a page out of what she did on her 2 free position shots, go low. But I know sometimes your eyes light up and you try to rip it high, and that time did not go, but quickly it will. Is it going to be a foul first? So, see, that's kind of the one thing that frustrates me about the game in a way that, in soccer you don't have the same thing. Like, why can't they just rule an advantage on that play and award Kutztown a goal? That should have been a goal. That's Watkins to McCormick, who already finished it, but now she's got to go back to the free position and try to score on a one-on-one. Shot there and saved by DePasquale. So just frustrating from a fan standpoint in knowing that your team would have scored if they just wouldn't have blown the whistle, but instead they do. And wow, Fitzpatrick on the inside got mauled. Definitely needing a whistle blown there, as she's now going to be having an opportunity at the free position. We've seen Fitzpatrick do a nice job in the back end. The midfielder really moving that ball forward. Her and Lehman have been excellent in the transition area. Shot by Fitzpatrick, bouncer, and wide. But KU going to retain possession. That's Cafferata behind the net that picks it up. Tough spot there for Fitzpatrick. Really not your number one offensive option. And the free position, kind of like a penalty shot. I mean, there's really no guarantee with it. It looks easy. Sure, it's a one-on-one. The goalie's got time to set themselves, know where the shot's coming from, cut off the angle. And it's not as easy as it looks, especially with that. Mishandled in the back end, but now it's Fitzpatrick. She's on the run, got a little space, good pass into the middle, shot, and where is it? Oh, it popped up and somehow stays out of the net as DePasquale jumps on it in her own crease. But for a second, she didn't know where it was. I didn't know where it was. I don't think anybody did. But luckily for Bloomsburg, it stays out of the net. Watkins with the quick reset. Smart play by Destiny, and she's trying to take it herself. And that's quickly dislodged, but a foul drawn there. Fitzpatrick now approaching 11-minute mark left here in the first half. KU with the 5-4 lead was down 4-1, but has really just ticked away at it. And not only that, but has been excellent on the defensive end after really showing a few holes early on. That one knocked away. Watkins goes back and finds it. Now that's Fitzpatrick on the near side. Bloomsburg really extending that defense. They haven't liked how KU's kind of been passing it around the key, and they're trying to put some pressure on the Golden Bears now. Carlucci, good face dodge. Oh, she had a chance at a shot there, but then was quadruple teamed and loses it, as now DePasquale having a little bit of trouble with it behind the net. Gabriel on her horse, but not able to get to it, as now Gabriel's still going for it, not willing to let the possession die. And KU really being aggressive here, especially on the midfield, and that's Turner working the ball to the near side. Nowhere to go, really, for Bloomsburg, as they can't even hold on to the ball. Fitzpatrick nearly comes up with it. It's knocked away. Turner does the smart thing there and passes it back for a quick reset. It's number 8, Lindsey Coyle, on the far side. And now into the zone are the Huskies, and they've got numbers in transition if they want it. Around the KU defender, but a good double team there, and it looks like a foul is going to be called. So a tough one there, as Darcy and Vaughn teamed up to really stop the forward push of, I believe that's number 1, Anna Dempsey, but Dempsey was able to draw the foul. Now she's got a free position right in front of the net, and Haley Klein's been tested. We'll see if she can pass this one. Shot, and that one's in the back. So a big goal there for the Huskies, as Dempsey finds the net, the freshman from Pottstown, calmly finishing on the free position to tie it up at 5. So as this one's gone, punch, counter punch, and now another punch delivered by the Huskies as they tie it up back at 5. So it went 4-1 in favor of Bloomsburg, then 4-0 in favor of KU, and now Bloomsburg getting the last one. And that's how it came to the 5-5 score here with 10:17 left in the first half. Happy to see that. At least it looks like the rain has receded here in what has been a less than stellar spring for weather. Had about 4 or so inches of snow here in the last couple days. More snow expected this weekend. And it is April, but certainly hasn't felt like it yet. And that's really got a lot to do with why KU's got 6 games in 2 weeks because of all the reschedule and postponements that have happened. Bloomsburg doing a nice job in their offensive end. Oh, that one thrown back. Gabriel almost able to come away with it, and not sure what the call is there. It was like the ball was changing hands so often. It's hard to know, but it looks like KU's going to end up with it here on the near side. That's Watkins with it. Watkins has done some good things tonight. Been a little bit out of control, but for the most part has provided kind of a spark for KU. And, you know, your play doesn't always have to be perfect. And for Watkins, she's certainly been kind of that spark plug. Bowman in front of the net. Good pass by Bowman. Oh, yeah, that's the spin move you want. And absolutely great goal there by Allison McCormick. So good feed by Bowman, but a better decision by McCormick. She felt the defender on her right hip, spins back over that left shoulder, and finishes it. Rips one past DePasquale, and KU gets back on top 6-5. Again, just to kind of contrast, and I mean, I know that game was a game against a tough opponent, but I think the last game I worked was against Grand Valley State, our last broadcast, and granted, that was a 16-6 loss against the number 22 ranked team in the nation, so it was hard to get anything done that game, but KU has just looked a lot better on the offensive end, just by my vantage point. Not only just working the ball around and really being effective in that way, but being patient in the way that maybe against Grand Valley State, when you're looking at a 3, 4, or 5 goal deficit, you start to press and you start to just start ripping shots and hoping they find the back of the net. KU's been much more patient, even when it was down 4-1 in this game, patient and working the ball around, and that has certainly paid dividends as it's got the 6-5 lead in what is a huge game. Bloomsburg has kind of been a team that KU's been right there with. Beat them 2 years ago, lost to them by 2 goals last year, so a team that you expect to contend with. And at home, against a team you feel evenly matched with, it's paramount to come away with the big win. And right now, KU's playing good ball. Gabriel in front. That was almost McCormick again. McCormick's had a lot of chances in front. Good check there by McCormick. DePasquale out of the net. And, she almost stepped on the end line. Hopefully for her, she doesn't turn it over here. And almost does. The net's wide open, but the Huskies come away with it there on the foul, and they'll be able to reset quickly. A little bit of sloppy play, but that one's scooped up here and retained on the near side by Sydney Collins. Collins has looked good moving the ball forward and does well there, but a turnover there by Collins as that is Vaughn who comes away with it. Long outlet pass to Carlucci. Carlucci's got a ton of room. I don't know where she's looking. She might as well just streak for the net. Carlucci in the middle, looking to give it off, but instead will take it herself. Good move back to the left hand, and now she's getting triple teamed on the inside and is going to have to get rid of it, but it looks like a foul going to be called. So Carlucci kind of just found herself in no man's land, and that's exactly where you want to be with nobody exactly on you, and she's able to hold on to it enough in the offensive end to draw the foul. Carlucci on the free position, the opportunity to put KU up 2. Carlucci set, whistle blown, shot there, and saved by DePasquale. So the high shot right into the stick of DePasquale, and she is able to come up with it. Quick clear by Bloomsburg is now in transition. Really just a 2-on-3. KU's got to know its personnel and just keep that ball from in front of the net. Good job there. That was Darcy chasing it around behind the goal. And now Bloomsburg will have to set up here with 7:35 left in the first half. Nice job there. Sometimes in transition, it's just that lack of communication allows player to get in when they don't have numbers, but a nice job by Darcy to contain, stop the penetration, and move it around the net. Far side, Huskies looking to do something with it. That's 16, Gormley with it. Gormley flips it off there to Turner. Back over to the far side. Huskies really valuing this possession, knowing that there won't be too many more of them with less than now 7 minutes left here in the first half. That's Taylor Turner up top. Turner surveying. Darcy right there, and she denies her. Oh, that was a great play, it looked like. And pardon me, that's McCormick. So McCormick getting in on the defensive action. She's done a nice job on the offensive end. And, boy, I thought that was a good check there by McCormick. But pretty much anytime I think a play is good, it ends up being a foul. So that's what happens there. And Bloomsburg able to reset. And that's certainly a foul. No question about that. As actually, it looks like they're going to call maybe an offensive foul there. So KU continuing to benefit from calls the referees. Not even sure what the call was there. It looked like 16, Kaylin Gormley for the Huskies got hit in the face. But somehow the whistle blows, and it's KU ball. An errant pass there, but picked up on the near side. That's Bowman with it. She's also got wheels, got some room in the middle of the field. Bowman waits a little too long to get rid of it, but it's picked up there by McCormick. McCormick moving it into the offensive end. McCormick going towards the net. Deep Pasquale has a problem. She's got a 2-on-1. Bounce pass. I don't know what that was, but it was a pass that was certainly attempted for Cafferata on the far side. But Deep Pasquale was having to act as another defender back there with the 2-on-1, and nobody was home on Cafferata. Unfortunately, McCormick's pass did not find Sela. Gabriel on the right hand. Oh, had a little room going left. Now backs it out, back inside. Deep Pasquale being very aggressive coming outside of the net. Scramble for the ground ball there between Bowman, and that is Gormley that's going to pick it up. Gormley onto the near side. Huskies moving it well. Good little trio of passing there as Bloomsburg is forward but doesn't really have numbers as they'll elect to reset. Okay, you're going to have to watch for cutters running on the weak side there, and exactly what I said happened as 25. It looks like Jaskuda. We'll get a confirmation on the goal here in a second, but she's able to put it in. So it's kind of one of those plays. I mean, again, similar to what you'll see in transition a lot, whether it be basketball, soccer, any other game. You carry the ball down the field, and everybody sucks themselves back into the middle and kind of gets locked onto the player with the ball. And in that case, KU defense worrying about the player with the ball, but lost that late cutter there. Smart cut there. And I believe it was Jaskuda. So Jaskuda with the goal. That is her 17th of the season and assisted by Coyle. Jaskuda with her second of the half. So just to bring you up to speed here, KU down 4-1 early. Came all the way back to make it 5-4. And now Bloomsburg has gone on a little 2-1 run here to even the score at 6-6. Goals for KU, Carlucci with 1. 2 for Gabriel, 1 for Schmidt, 1 for McCormick, and 1 for Smith. Okay, you able to control that ball in the middle of the field. Far side, Gabriel, she's got a ton of room. Gabriel carrying into the offensive end on the right hand, drawing a swarm. You can tell the Huskies have looked at their scouting report. When 14 gets the ball on the inside, they either foul her or triple team or making her get rid of it. Despite that, Gabriel's still been able to score 2 goals and get an assist here in the first half, but she's had the opportunity for more. Back behind the net. Pressure applied there, a double team. Didn't look like Cafferata really knew what to do with that. And Deep Pasquale out of the net, but she goes out of bounds, so that's going to be a turnover. Deep Pasquale's been extremely aggressive coming out of the net, and they're going to make her reset there. So KU just needs to kind of get the ball to somebody's stick. Oh, and they cannot do so as the quick stick attempt goes awry, but Bowman picks it up. Bowman looking on the weak side. Double teamed is Bowman. Off to Gabriel. Gabriel on the inside. Shot there and a goal. Nice way to sneak that in by Lauren Schmidt. And good recognition by KU. They saw that Bloomsburg was kind of employing an interesting defensive strategy, running a double team at everybody, which if you're cool, calm, and collected, you're able to pass the ball to a wide-open player, and that's exactly what KU did twice there, as it ended up from Gabriel in the hands of Schmidt, and Schmidt just kind of rolled it on the ground past the goalie, as there was a lot of moving parts on that play, but again, more good ball movement from KU. Bowman started that play off, finding Gabriel with a little bit of space, and then Gabriel drew the double, dumped it down, and Schmidt finishes the job. So 4 minutes left here in the first half, and the score 7-6 in favor of KU as this game continues to go back and forth. So far, the shots 16-13 in KU's favor. Bloomsburg with the with the advantage in ground balls, 13-12. 7 out of 12 clears for the Huskies, 6 out of 9 for KU, 7 saves for DePasquale, and 4 for Klein. Draw control taken by the Huskies here. KU would be big to be able to force a turnover here. Then you might be able to ride out the half without giving up another goal. You can kind of go for that 2-for-1 in a sense in making the stop and getting a goal of your own to possibly take a 2-goal advantage into the half. Because if they elect to if Bloomsburg elects to let this tick pretty much all the way down, which their offense has been like that, very methodical, KU be looking at about maybe a 20-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So with the 90-second shot clock and 3 minutes left, but a shot there and a semi-quick offense for Bloomsburg. Nobody home on the near post, and Klein, again, not much she could do about that, as a wide-open cutter in front makes it 7-7. So the goal-scoring run kind of stopped there, maybe in the midway portion of the half, but it is certainly ramped back up again, that goal by Bloomsburg's Abby Bergman. Bergman, the freshman from Collegeville by way of Perkiomen Valley High School, gets her 5th goal of the season, and the assist by Tracy Rusin. So Watkins and Fitzpatrick check back in for KU, and they've been two of the better players here in the first half. Doing a nice job in the midfield, getting a much-needed breather, but after giving up that goal, KU gets him back out on the field for offense. So 90-second shot clock, 3:10 left. So again, KU can kind of employ that strategy here. Try to get a goal, and then Bloomsburg should be dealing with somewhat of a short clock in order to try to answer before the half. But big thing here is to win the draw control, and there it is. Fitzpatrick wins it. She's got to find somebody open. She's got the far side of the field if she wants it, and Fitzpatrick doing a nice job backing out as a whistle blown there for a foul. Wide open on the far side here is Riley Hill, but they're going to elect to just move it forward. Streaking towards the net, that's Schmidt. Schmidt, bounce shot, and that one just hits off DePasquale. Schmidt with another shot, I believe that one rung off the post. So again, DePasquale did nothing to make an attempt to save that, but simply standing there as a statue did enough, and that one ricochets off her and stays out of the net. Gabriel now back with it. KU getting a big rebound there after missing out on that opportunity. Gabriel rolls to the near post. Now Carlucci. Up top, she finds Schmidt. Schmidt with it. Schmidt trying to set something up. It looks like maybe a high screen up top. Carlucci and Bowman in there as Coach Desi going to put a stack play on a little bit. A little bit of a stack inside, waiting for cutters. Bowman comes around. Schmidt tries to sneak around the back door. Nothing there. And Carlucci, the late cutter, she might have had a chance at her. But the Huskies kind of sniffed that one out. And a turnover there as that pass by Gabriel tipped away by DePasquale. So 85 seconds on the shot clock and a minute and 40 now left here. So really just a difference of 20 or so seconds as the Huskies take the ball back and look to move forward. Megan Smith with it, and Smith called for the foul. Be a big stop here for KU before the half, as they're not going to have a lot of time to score if they can't keep Bloomsburg out of the net. And I think you'd be satisfied with a tie score at half, especially being down 3 early. But just as I say that, the short pass, and that one finds a Husky stick with 1:12 left, so Bloomsburg takes the 8-7 lead. The one thing that you can take in that is now you do have 1:12, win the draw control, go down there, get a goal, and take this one into halftime with a tie score. If you're Bloomsburg, sure, you'll take a goal any way you can get it, but if you're Shannon Hurts, if in an ideal situation, she would have liked to score with maybe 12 seconds on the clock as opposed to 1:12, leaving KU a lot of time in a game where we know it doesn't take long to put one in the back of the net. So that's Rusin with the goal. So she picked up the assist on the last one from Bergman. And now Rusin gets her 20th of the season, assisted by Grace Kelleher. Looks like Schmidt down there for the draw control. She's flanked by Gabriel here on KU's 40. And then that's Fitzpatrick in there as well. Ball high into the air, and nobody's come up with it yet. Schmidt trying to track it down to the far side. Still inbounds somehow. Watkins can't come away with it, and Bloomsburg does. But that ball rolling around in the midfield, and it's picked up now by Dempsey. Dempsey pressured. Nice job beating one defender. And trying to carry it into the offensive end, that triple team there. Dempsey almost got it away and had an open player there. Didn't, but now finds her intended target, Lindsay Coyle. As Coyle on the near side. Coyle looking behind the net, but Darcy kind of not allowing that. 32 seconds left here now in the half. KU needing a stop. Darcy falls down, and that's about as easy as it's going to get as she tripped over her own feet, and the Huskies get a goal with 24 seconds left. And, that's really just a tough way to end the half. Granted, you have 24 seconds left, but Darcy's been pretty good on the defensive end. And for the freshman, that one's going to sting as she loses her footing and allows the easy goal. So now 9-7. So, again, KU still has a little bit of a chance here to get one before the half with 24 seconds, but you've got to win the draw control right off the whistle. And to kind of paint the glass half full in this situation, sure. I mean, you're looking at possibly a 2-goal deficit at halftime, but you faced a 3-goal deficit early in the game, and you faced a deficit last weekend at Gannon and still came away with the win. This team has the ability to kind of get streaky, and that's kind of what they want to look to do. Build some momentum before the half. Bowman to the net in a flash, and that is a goal for Bowman with 6 seconds left. So that's exactly what you dialed up. Despite the 2 goals there by Bloomsburg to take the 9-7 lead, you get one before halftime. And unless a miracle happens in the next 6 seconds, it should be 9-8 in favor of the Huskies going into halftime. Bowman, another player who can run and give her a little bit of room. She found the middle, did a nice job cutting right down, and a bounce shot finds pay dirt against Deep Pasquale for Bowman. That's her 19th of the season. She's got 1 goal today and 2 assists, so 3 points for Michaela in the first half. Draw control won by the Huskies, but that will do it here for the first half from Andre Reed Stadium. Your score, Bloomsburg 9 and Kutztown 8. We'll be back here right before the second half to run down some first half stats and then be back with more action here from Andre Reed. Again, the score, Bloomsburg 9 and Kutztown 8. You're watching Kutztown University Women's Lacrosse on the Golden Bear Network. All right, back in action here from Andre Reed Stadium in what is a brisk night here in Kutztown, Pennsylvania. Get you a update on the actual temperature here in a second. Looks like 37, 39. So somewhere in that high 30s range, and not nice. It really hasn't been nice here in eastern Pennsylvania for much of the spring season. And that has continued and will continue as far as the weather is concerned for the next couple days. Looks like a lot of snow/rain ahead. So for those KU athletic fans out there or KU student athletes tuning in, expect more postponements. And as always, follow everything on KUBears.com, as that is your source for all Kutztown athletics news, including updates as far as weather and postponements are concerned. Draw control there. Watkins almost able to come up with it. KU now going left to right on your stream. White tops and red numbers for KU. Bloomsburg with the ball. Maroon tops, the tank top of the tank top variety. And I have to say I'm kind of impressed with number 3 Taylor Turner going tank top, no sleeves tonight, as it is not the optimal night for that, but display of toughness shown by Turner, and also a turnover by Turner as KU ends up with it, and that's Lehman on the far side. And I really someone is going to catch up to Lehman because she's been blowing by pretty much everybody on Bloomsburg's team tonight. But that time she's thwarted there as reverses the field, but now on offense, there's Bowman on the inside, draws a little bit of contact, and now she's swarmed there by 2 Husky defenders. Nice job by Michaela to get rid of it. Back behind the net, that's Carlucci. Carlucci on the far side. Gabriel in front of goal. Shot and goal. So that is, again, exactly what you're looking for. It's now the second time in a row that Bloomsburg's tried to put this pressure on the offensive end, kind of double-teaming the KU player with the ball. That time it was Michaela Bowman, and she gets rid of it. KU works it around, finds an open Gabriel, and an open Gabriel in front of net. You might as well put it down for a goal, as she gets the Hattie, and 3 goals and 2 assists for Gabriel. And no surprise there, she is KU's most outstanding offensive player. Like we said, the school record holder in pretty much all the offensive categories, points, goals, assists, you name them, Gabriel's got them. The senior from Felton, PA. So quickly, KU ties it up. That's 7 seconds in, or a minute and 7 seconds in. And that ties the score at 9-9. Draw control now as KU will look to build some more momentum. Schmidt with the win. And Schmidt is in, and KU's got numbers. Schmidt can dump it off if she wants. She's going to go to the net herself. Bounce shot there. Di Pasquale maybe affected the shot. And Bowman is able to retain it behind the net. Bowman with it. Look for Carlucci, but is going to pass far side now to Schmidt. Schmidt checking out what's in front of the net. Back out front. That looks like Watkins with it, or is that? Looks like Watkins on the far side, back up top. Now Carlucci moved from her spot at X behind the net here on the near side now. Back there behind the net, kind of doing the X duties back there is Sela Cafferata. But it looks like this ball KU just continue to be patient on the offensive end, working that ball around. Bloomsburg, we'll see if they try to employ this kind of trap that they have defensively. The last 2 times they've used it, KU's passed out of it beautifully and got an easy goal. So now for the Huskies, they may elect to stand pat, but nope, the trap on Carlucci. Carlucci out top. Watkins can't handle the pass. Now that's 29. Smith with it. Smith towards the net, and it is in there. So Smith able to take it to the goal, and it looks like the goal actually scored there by Gabriel. So I think Smith fed Gabriel. I lost the ball there for a second, but Gabriel able to finish it in front. And Gabriel now with 4 goals and 2 assists. And so 4 goals on 7 shots for Gabriel, 6 of them on net. So not a bad percentage there for Sarah. She gets herself to one of the season milestones in goals. That's number 25 on the season for Gabriel. But do a little more checking on her stats as well. But, yeah, KU able to get those 2 quick goals from Gabriel here to start off the half, and now they take the 10-9 lead. So as someone that's seen this team play, and especially here in the late going, whether it had been the game at Gannon last Saturday or tonight, KU's look very comfortable trailing, to be quite honest. When it's been trailing, it's looked good. It's gotten its deficits down quickly, tied the game, and gone on top. Now this is 2 times in this one, but it's about opening up that deficit or opening up that lead and maintaining it, so you're not dealing with another nail-biter here. And one way to do that and winning the draw control, which they are able to do here to begin this possession. That's Watkins on the far side. Watkins back behind the net. Looking in front for Schmidt. Now back up top. That was Bowman, and she feeds McCormick on the near side. Now back behind. So KU looking for that cutter in front as Schmidt was looking for Bowman on the near post. Watkins was actually on the far side, but couldn't find either. 50 seconds now on the shot clock. 26:50 left here in the second half. KU up 10-9. Bowman to the net. Draws the double team. Passes out. That's Watkins. Watkins works it inside. Great dish and finish there by Emily Smith. So KU making it hop around the perimeter. And that Bloomsburg double team, KU looks more than ready for it. Passing out of the double team with ease. And that's a big one there, as that'll put them up 2. Nice finish there by Smith. But that whole play created there by Destiny Watkins as she makes the feed. And that's the 9th goal of the season for Smith, her 2nd of the day, adding to an assist. So 3 points for Smith. And that one assisted by Watkins. So we talked about Watkins had been good there in the first half. Now she gets herself on the scoring sheet with first assist of the day. And a great feed on the inside. 11-9, KU up now, 26-37 as we restart here at midfield with the draw. KU feeling that momentum, having scored 3 goals here to open up the second half. Similar to what it did against Gannon. Something Coach Stezzi says either in a timeout or today during the halftime break has motivated this team. Shot by Bowman, tips off of DePasquale and finds Carlucci's stick behind the net. Weird play, but KU will play on. That's on the far side. That's Gabriel. Gabriel just probing with that right hand. She's dangerous when she's got it there. Watkins now on the near side. Back up top, Gabriel. Gabriel looking to take it herself. Draws a double, passes behind the net, and Cafferata had a chance to pick it up, but was unable to do so, and now that is a turnover. So that pass, maybe Cafferata's vision was shielded a bit, but unable to come up with what looked like a pretty simple pass behind the goal. And the turnover there allows the Huskies to retake possession. A big turnover there for Bloomsburg as the wheels were starting to fall off the wagon. Near side now. And that's Aaron Bolger with it. Bolger into the middle of the field. Now finds number 7, Kirsten Wozniak. Wozniak, the sophomore from Oradell, New Jersey. Back behind the net. Again, Bloomsburg with the very methodical offensive set, which has worked for them in spots, but that one knocked away. No foul called on that entire play, which I cannot believe, but all for naught as the reset comes out top, and that's Amanda Lehman, Anna Dempsey with it. And 35 seconds now on the shot clock. Couple subs here for Bloomsburg. They've been keeping our stat guys to the left of me pretty busy tonight with their substitutions. Kind of a line change strategy employed by Coach Hertz and keeping those legs fresh on the field. And she has made quite a few substitutions, way more than we've seen from KU tonight, although we've seen a few substitutions from Coach Stezzi as well. Looks like Carlucci's going to draw the foul in the middle of the field, and once we get the call, they will allow her to reset. So KU down 9-8 at half, now on a 3-0 run here to begin the second half, and looking to add to it. Carlucci with the ball. She'll easily clear it into the front area in the offensive end. Watkins goes to the left hand, tries to draw, but doesn't get the shot off. Might have been knocked away, but DePasquale comes away with it. Watkins with a good thought to take it towards the middle of the net, but it would have been a tough lefty shot there by Watkins. Passed by DePasquale on the clear, way long. and picked up there by Megan Vaughn. Vaughn, now Carlucci found. Carlucci with a step. She wants it. Nice hesitation move there by Carlucci. Carlucci into the middle. Now she will elect to play it off. Watkins, near side, finds Gabriel. And Schmidt with it. Schmidt now goes behind the goal looking for cutters. Nobody there yet. Bowman thought about coming near post, but nothing. Schmidt with a nice move to the middle and a bounce shot. That is perfect. That's a great play there by Schmidt as she faked to the middle and kind of froze the defense and then uses a nice little step to get inside and sneaks it past the goaltender, Di Pasquale. And it's all KU right now here in the second half. 4-0 run for the Golden Bears, and they lead 12-9. Schmidt with the unassisted goal. That is her third of the game. So now hat tricks for Gabriel. I believe Gabriel is up to 4 goals in this one. Yep, Gabriel with 4 goals and 2 assists, and Lauren Schmidt with 3 of her own. The junior from Hanover came in with 13 goals on the game. So now that's 16 on the season for Schmidt. And the season goal total coming into this one, Gabriel leading the team with 21, Bowman with 18, Watkins with 14, Schmidt with 13, and Carlucci with 12. And of those, we've seen goals from everybody except Watkins, who's had an assist and still played well today. So the big guns for KU showing out here on Tuesday night. Up top, whoa, that was a hot pass there. Taylor Turner had a tough time handling it. Does so, and Bloomsburg resets out top. You wonder if the Huskies will start to maybe try to force the issue a little bit on the offensive end and go away from what's been a very deliberate approach as they start to see what's a mounting deficit. Down 3 goals, that's the most they've been down in this one. But again, it's really been a back-and-forth game. Anytime a team's had a lead, they haven't been able to hold it. And anytime a team's faced a deficit, they've chipped away and even the score. Foul called on the far side there. Looks like the Huskies going to retain possession back behind the goal. Actually, it's going to go over. Looks like they're going to allow Watkins on the pickup. Nope, it's going to be the Huskies with the ball on the far end inside the end zone here at Andre Reed Stadium. 32 seconds on the shot clock, so they will have to go quickly. And they have not really been comfortable with the quick offense. Wow, what a shot there by Turner. That one ripped, but was not on frame, so the shot clock will not reset. And now only 19 seconds left on the clock, and suddenly it just went down to 14 very quickly. Oh, looks like we're having issues with the shot clock as 7:65. Don't know if anybody noticed that, but KU's going to come away with it, and it's not going to matter. So thankfully for everybody, no one at the table getting yelled at, because I'm sure that is what would have happened if anyone would have noticed the shot clock malfunction. Good pass on the inside, and backing it out is Bowman. So again, more smart play from KU. I think in that Grand Valley State game, whether it was trying to press when you're losing or whatever it was, that would have been a play there. Bowman would have been double-teamed on the inside, and she would have let off a shot that had no chance of going in, and it would have been a turnover. Instead, Michaela makes the smart play, backs it out, and KU can work possession and work clock, most importantly. Up 3, might as well let that clock tick down. Bowman with it, looks inside, good pass there. Gabriel, that's in the back of the net. So KU's offense is firing on all cylinders. So Bowman makes the smart play by backing it out, then is rewarded by getting the ball back and rewards her teammate Gabriel on a good cut to the middle. And now that's 5 goals for Gabriel, which is really just a pretty pedestrian effort for Gabriel. She's pretty used to scoring 5 goals and done that quite a lot in her career, but that's her 26 on the season, and KU with a 5-0 run has a 13-9 lead here with 21:08 left in the second half, and Bloomsburg needs a timeout. So we'll take a break here with your score, KU 13 and Bloomsburg 9. You're watching Kutztown University Women's Lacrosse on the Golden Bear Network. All right, reset here. Bloomsburg gets their timeout. KU used a great timeout there in the first half, down 4-1, was able to even the score at 4 after the timeout and actually go ahead 5-4, scoring the next 4 goals. And that's what Bloomsburg is looking at. They're facing an uphill battle here as KU's outscored Bloomsburg 5-0 in the second half and now wins the draw control as they are looking to pour it on. That's Smith in the offensive end. She'll look to get rid of it and does, finding Schmidt. So pass inside, shot, and before I can even get the thought out, that is another one. Goal there. Looks like that is 27, Cafferata. So she gets in on the scoring action now. As let me count them. KU with a bunch of different goal scorers today. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different goal scorers now with Cafferata. And sure, Gabriel, Schmidt, and Bowman, the kind of the big three, have been doing their thing. But you got to get contributions from the rest of those on the offensive end. And Cafferata gets a goal there right out in front. Good the assist there by Schmidt. So that's the 6th goal of the season for Cafferata, the freshman from Lake Ronkonkoma, New York, Sockham North High School. So Sela gets on the board tonight. She did score in the last game against Gannon as well. So that's 2 games in a row for Sela with a goal. And KU comes away with it. So Bloomsburg looking like they had a little ounce of hope there, winning the draw control. KU comes away with it again, and Bowman is on the move. Wow, can she go? Bowman on the right. And she elects to back it out. Now back inside. Not sure exactly what she wants to do with it. But now Bowman will back it out, and KU will work a little clock here, up 5. And having shut out Bloomsburg here in the second half, 6-0. And really, I mean, usually you see a shutout and you think, oh, it's got to be the goalie, Haley Klein. But Klein hasn't even been tested here. KU's pretty much just had the ball the entire second half. Carlucci fouled. Free position for Maddie on the near side. So Carlucci had a tough angle here on this free position. I wouldn't be surprised to see a quick little pass here. I think that Schmidt in the middle, she's open right now if Carlucci decides to maybe work a little quick stick between Carlucci and Schmidt. Whistle, and nope, going to go behind the net. Smart play. Watkins now back out, and there's Schmidt, and she cannot find it. So little delayed action there. So I think Bloomsburg saw what I did, or Carlucci might have seen that, working it behind the net, and then Watkins fed Schmidt. Schmidt had a chance, but couldn't find the mesh. That one almost turned over again as Watkins makes a good defensive play, but a foul called. Bloomsburg looking to just get itself on the board to get something good going here in the second half. But I think we'd be remiss not to talk about how big that goal by Bowman with 6 seconds left in the first half was. You had answered, and then Bloomsburg had kind of gotten back on top. And as far as momentum is concerned, it was certainly in the Huskies' favor. But Bowman makes that statement before halftime, cuts the deficit to 1, and that seemed to be the energy that Kutztown needed to propel itself here in the second half. Not only feeling confident after a 7-2 second half advantage against Gannon last weekend, in which it did something very similar, but certainly using Bowman's goal as a catapult for the rest of the squad. And 6-0 here in the second half. That's about as good as you could ask for if you're Coach Stezzi. Although I'm sure she would have at least a few things to point to, as any good coach would. Up top, that's a foul there. Watkins called for the infraction. That's Collins able to draw it. But KU really feeling themselves right now. And a big stop here, actually a big moment here, as Bloomsburg has a chance to get on the board. First free position, really first good opportunity here in the second half. Crazy to say that we're already through 12 minutes, or almost 12 minutes, and Bloom hasn't really had much going, but now a good chance here. Klein going mano-a-mano, and that shot high right into Klein's stick. So that's exactly what you want if you're KU, not only not allowing that goal there from Bloomsburg, but Klein with the big save as the momentum continues to roll your way. Fitzpatrick loses it, comes back with it. Devin backing up herself, just trying to find the open man, and she will go all the way back to Klein. Klein reverses field. That's how you draw it up. Just a little bit better pass from Haley. Unfortunately, that one not as good over Darcy's head. Inside, but the shot high and wide by Collins. So a little bit of helter-skelter play there. First a turnover by Klein. Bloomsburg picks it up, but a shot wide by Collins. And the score remains 14-9. Back out top. Smith. And now Bloomsburg, I mean, you're down 5, 17, 18 minutes left. I mean, it's not desperation time yet by any means, but you got to get yourself on the board somehow. Foul called there. Collins draws it, and in a good spot. So Collins is going to have the free position from the middle, which I think always has a higher possibility. Haven't really done any research on that, so it's completely a guess. But it seems like the goals or the free positions from the middle, players are able to score easier. Maybe the goalie not able to cut down that angle as much. Multiple ways to go when starting in the middle, but now Klein with the tough task of stopping her second free position attempt here. And again, I think that one was just wide, and it looked like KU had the closest player to it. So the shot wide, and not only that, but a good job there by Fitzpatrick to be the last player on the end line. Actually, that was Lehman, the last player on the end line that was able to keep or get possession back to KU. And Lehman fouled in the midfield, but if not, she was going to run it all the way down once again. Bowman this time running it down, and no one can catch Bowman if she wants to go all the way to the goal. Bowman now forced around the net, back out, and on the far side. That's Gabriel with it. Gabriel looking for Bowman back behind. Cafferata comes up with that pass. Didn't find Bowman. Gabriel up top. KU working clock once again. That's Smith with it. Smith thought about it. Back out here to Carlucci. Carlucci on the near side. Gabriel with it. Oh, my. Yard sale down there at the 15-yard line as everything went flying for Gabriel. Stick might have even lost her goggles there, but a foul called. So now Gabriel with a great chance, and she doesn't miss very many of these. She'll be looking for her 6th goal of the game. Gabriel down low, and that's just simply unstoppable. Nothing that Deep Pasquale can do. And Gabriel slots it in, and I don't know if it's too early to say, but I'm going to say it. The route is officially on, as the score is now 15-9 in KU's favor. So that's 27 goals on the season for Gabriel. 6 goals, 2 assists on the game. So I'm going to do some looking at Gabriel's all-time stats, which she's got plenty of them. But got to be one of Gabriel's best games in her career. So 7 goals is Gabriel's career high at Bloomsburg, which happened on April 26th of last season. 9 points, a career high, which she recorded against Post earlier this year on 3/12. So Gabriel looking at, 6 goals, 2 assists. So Gabriel 1 point shy and 1 goal shy of tying her single game career highs. And the way this one's going, I think she's got a good shot at it with still about 16 minutes remaining and Bloomsburg having no answer for 14. Now into the offensive end, the Huskies. Still blanked here in the second half. Around the net, shot, and, that's just one of those sigh of relief. Tracy Rusin finds a way to get it in the back of the net. I mean, sure, it'll make the game a little bit more interesting with 16 minutes left. KU up 6, or now up 5, but still, I mean, very much a manageable lead for Kutztown, especially, again, you got to continue to win these draw controls. That's been big here in the second half. You've been able to win the draw controls. Sure, you've been great on the offensive end, but it goes without saying, you can't be good on offense if you don't have the ball, and KU has had a lot of that, had its lion's share, or bear share, if you want to say, of the ball here in the second half, and has made the most of it in scoring 7 second-half goals, and now Bloomsburg finally on the board with 1 here with 16 minutes left. So 15-10 the score. And this is one of those, it's a little fire that you just have to put out right now if you're KU, allowing Bloomsburg to get back on the board with 1 goal here for Kutztown. Sure, it only increases your lead by 1, but it could go a long way. Bloomsburg with just a shimmer of hope now in scoring, but knowing it will need several possessions similar to the last one to really make this thing interesting. Gabriel back out there, and we'll see if KU tries to go to her on the near side. That's where she's at. Bowman, she had Gabriel almost on the back door. Good feed there by Bowman. Cut her wide open in front, and tough one there. I think that was, is that Emily Lieb in front? Looks like it was Lieb, and she had a good opportunity. Emily, the sophomore from East Meadow, New York. Great chance in front. Good feed there by Bowman. So Bowman, again, somebody who's very good on the offensive end, scoring goals with ease. Same with Gabriel, but showing that she's able to facilitate equally as well. Bowman's made a couple nice passes tonight, including that one. Lieb would love to have that back. She had an opportunity on the doorstep to put one in. Turnover at midfield for a moment. Ball being kicked around, and I wouldn't be surprised KU comes away with it, and yes, they do. That's Smith, and on the far side, that's Bowman. And if I didn't know, I could tell by the fact that she's just running right past everybody. So between Bowman and Lehman, KU has got some speedsters out there on the field. Gabriel feeds inside. Late feed to Watkins. Good idea, but Watkins was open about 5 seconds beforehand when Bowman was looking to get rid of it. Gabriel with the pass just a bit late, but again, KU working that ball around, looking for the easy shot, and nearly had another goal there by way of Gabriel. Okay, in the front, on the offensive end there, Bloomsburg looked to get a little combo going. Ball saved in bounds. Defense, nice play down there, and I'm not sure who's going to end up with it, but good aggressive defense there. Looks like a foul going to be called as the Huskies now controlling their own offensive end. 50 seconds on the shot clock, 14 minutes left in the game. Huskies getting the last goal to pull within 5. And they could make it interesting if they score the next 2. That would really start to make things tight. But for KU, really just needing that good defense to continue. Turner with a shot, and that one high and wide. Looked like she took a little contact on the inside. But, for as much as KU has played well here in the second half, you have to also think about a lot of these missed opportunities by Bloomsburg. Shots in front of the net that they were not able to even get on frame. And there's a turnover there right in front of the goal as that one picked up by McCormick. McCormick trying to get rid of it, draws a foul. Now she's able to do so, but a tough pass for Fitzpatrick to handle. Unable to get that, and wow, looked like contact to the head there, but simply dispossessed. So a good defensive play with the no call, and a pass into the middle as now, I believe that's Bowman on the run again. Bowman getting her steps in tonight for sure as she moves it in to the offensive end, and now KU going to control. That's Watkins on the far side. Bloomsburg with their little double-team trap, and now Watkins beats the trap herself, bounces it low, and scores. So why pass it to somebody else if you can go 1-on-3 and put it in the back of the net yourself? Watkins doing it all, and a nice play there by Destiny as she gets herself on the board for tonight. So that trap strategy, I think, for Bloomsburg, that belongs in the garbage, as it has not worked at all in this game tonight. And Watkins beating it herself, but KU's either been able to pass out of it and get a lot of 2-on-1 opportunities in the offensive end, or simply just race past the Bloomsburg defenders for the goal, as Watkins did there, her first of the game and 15th of the season. 1 goal, 1 assist today for Destiny, and that's going to prompt the Bloomsburg timeout as they are on the ropes here, down 6 with 12:43 left in the second half. So we'll step aside and be right back with the score: Kutztown 16 and Bloomsburg 10. You're watching Kutztown University Women's Lacrosse on the Golden Bear Network. 12:43 left, 16-10 your score in favor of KU. And not that this was one that necessarily was circled on the schedule as a big game, but I circled it on the schedule and said it was a big game, and they have certainly performed today. Golden Bears up 6 and looking to add on more. Again, milestone watch on for Gabriel as she can tie her career high with a goal, and a point would also tie her career high for a single game. 9 points her career high, 7 goals, and she's got 6 goals, 8 points, does Gabriel. Bowman almost turns it over, and now the foul called on Michaela. So really the first bad play Michaela's made tonight, and I think we'll let that one go, considering how good she has been. Near side, and Carlucci didn't even know where it was at, and it just popped right into her stick. Can't complain about that. And now on the near side, and that's Lehman, and you can forget about it. Not sure who's trying to chase Lehman here, but poor decision as, it looks like that's going to be a foul called there. It's going to go on 25, Hannah Jaskuda. So Jaskuda did her best in keeping up with Lehman, but eventually had to foul her. Again, that's something that be looking for KU to continue to utilize or take advantage of here, especially in these games which are against increasingly tough competition. Next game is going to be a big one against number 12 Westchester, an undefeated squad. But you've got some good speed out on the field. I know I've said it already, but in Lehman and Bowman, and just finding a way to utilize those players, your athletes, might be able to neutralize a technically sound team like Westchester. Near side, and that's Lieb with it. Lieb double-teamed. Hasn't seen the double team yet and looks a little bit out of sorts, spinning and just doing anything she can to keep the ball. But eventually, Lieb goes down and turns it over. So that's it. That's one of those examples where when you get double-team trapped, you got to find your teammate has to be out there, make themselves available, but it really doesn't matter as a turnover quick, and Gabriel now into the offensive zone. Good spin move there by Gabriel. Looked like she was going to back it out, but will not. And, she tried the impossible angle for a cheeky goal number 7, but it's not going to go. Gabriel, and just a great player offensively, and I don't know how she was thinking she was going to sneak that into the top corner, but she nearly did from basically behind the net on the near post, but she's got it back now. 10 minutes left. That's Gabriel finding Watkins. Watkins towards the net. Back out to Bowman. Bowman, nice little move there. Hesitation step by Bowman. Double team and back out. Nice job there. So that's much better. When you see that double team coming, you as a player who's not receiving the double team has to make yourself available and make sure that your teammate has a way to pass out of it. Don't leave him out there on an island going 1-on-2. Schmidt, far side to Bowman. KU working the clock. 27 seconds now, and almost lost, but back behind the net with Carlucci. Carlucci finds Watkins. Watkins, nice move, bounce shot, and it's just off. Fitzpatrick, or that's Cafferata back there, knows she's going to have to pick it up quickly and reset. 8 seconds now on the shot clock. KU's got to get one off. Carlucci with nowhere to go, but she draws a foul with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. So smart play by Carlucci. At that point, when the shot clock's running down, you got to force the action, and she draws the foul and now has the opportunity to convert. Carlucci on the far side, and she will definitely shoot it with 4 seconds left on the shot clock. Shot by Carlucci. I think that went off the end of the stick of Di Pasquale, but they're going to say it did not, and it went wide. So a shot clock violation on KU and a turnover with 8:59 left here in the second half. But that's really not the worst thing. When you're leading by 6 goals, you want to work that down. 1:30 is a lot of time to take off the clock, especially when having that 6-goal advantage, and you took off that entire 1:30. Sure, you didn't get the goal that you wanted out of the possession, but you'll certainly take that in milking the clock. Gabriel doing a nice job, even as an attacker on the defensive end in her own offensive zone, really putting pressure. That was number 3, Turner, in the back end that had a little bit of trouble with it, but eventually moves it out. And Bloomsburg really just can't even get it across midfield right now. Eventually, they'll work it back across and do so. But the Huskies look to have some tired legs, and I don't blame them. They've been chasing Bowman, Lehman, and the rest of the Golden Bears for most of the night. Watkins picks a pocket clean from behind and gets the ground ball. That's an all-in-one play there by Watkins. And now Fitzpatrick, or that's Carlucci with it, and she will move into the offensive end. Carlucci circling around, just kind of flips one up. Doesn't go anywhere, but, hey, it comes right back to Maddie. And now she should be able to complete the clear. Looks back here for Lehman. Lehman moving across. Yep, Scott Fitzpatrick if she wants her. And that might be not exactly how you draw it up, but certainly it does the job. KU into the offensive end, and I'd be surprised to see them take a shot with less than 20 seconds on the shot clock. Continuing to work it down. Watkins somehow splits the double team, and a offensive foul called there on, it's actually going to be Gabriel with the offensive foul. And then in the restart, it looked like she picked it clean, but another foul called on Gabriel. So I think there on the splitting the double team, the foul on Gabriel goes for being too good, because I didn't really see much of a foul there. She just kind of made the Bloomsburg defense look bad, and they blew the whistle, maybe out of pity. But Gabriel finds her way into the offensive end, and she's subbed off and is going to get a much-needed breather. Actually, Sarah's going to get a card for that. So, but think a little bit of chippy play after the whistle. Was definitely frustrated with the offensive foul call, and then went for the stick of the Bloomsburg player that was looking for the clear, but I don't think the whistle had been blown. So foul called on Gabriel. Don't think she's going to let that bother her too much with 6 goals and 2 assists already in this game. Into the middle, and Huskies with it. Turner shot high over Klein. So Turner, the 5-foot senior, just has had a lot of opportunities in front of the net, but consistently missing high, as she has not been able to crack the code of Klein. And there's a check there. No foul called, so KU will take it. And now on the run is Schmidt holding it in front. 3-on-2 for KU. Schmidt over to Bowman. Bowman with her back to the net. Shot there and off, but Cafferata tracks it down behind as possession will stay with KU. So not the prettiest 3-on-2 you'll ever see, but Bowman got a good opportunity, just could not get it to go home. Unfortunately for those rooting up here, Gabriel being in the box might mean that her new career high is in jeopardy. Watkins to the goal, and a left-handed shot there by Watkins is saved by DePasquale in a one-on-one. Good save there by the goalkeeper for Bloomsburg. But Watkins, good job switching to the left, but she had so much room and time, she just could have put it back on her strong hand, the right, and probably would have beat DePasquale if so. Now under 6 minutes left here. Back up top, that's Turner into the goal, and another high shot. So Turner, a 5-foot player, you would think she'd have maybe a favoritism towards going low. I mean, she's already down there, but instead she decides to continue to shoot high, and Haley Klein will continue to eat it up in between the pipes. Big save there for Klein, who really has been solid. I mean, a freshman goalie, you really never know what to expect. I know the goalie position on this team was kind of one that had a lot of unknowns coming into the season, a couple different scenarios, but Klein has grabbed the stranglehold on the job, the local product from Reading, and by way of Wilson West Lawn High School, and she's ran with it. Doing a nice job back there has Haley Klein, and again tonight, good performance from Klein. She's been especially impressive on free positions, really just never backing down from the opponent's opportunity and being solid, especially on those high shots. Your stick is already up there. Those shots that are on the higher portion of the net, you've got to be able to save those as a keeper. Tries to go low there. It looked like that was Gabriel in front, so nearly had it, but that one was deflected, and DePasquale comes up with it. Huskies on the run. No real numbers. KU's got 3 back, and the Huskies have about 3 in the offensive end. Starting to get more up there now. Pass there, gambled on by Fitzpatrick, and she breaks it up. Stumbling, and Fitzpatrick ends up with it. So a nice play there by Devin, anticipating the pass, and eventually ends up with it. Not the most graceful play, but it will certainly work. Back to Klein. KU content to work the clock. Klein with a high lob pass, and it finds Lehman, and Lehman turns on the Jets. Lehman, past midfield, past everybody. Lehman and Bowman, it literally looks like the other players are running in slow motion when those two break for the net. Turnover there. KU playing a little sloppy here ever since taking the big lead, but it looked like a clean turnover caused there by Smith. But again, referees blowing the whistle, maybe trying to keep it close, but now Bloomsburg on the run. Riley Hill trying to get back, will not do so. One-on-one there, and a great play made by both Klein, and I think that was Fitzpatrick back there on the back line, and Husky is down in front of the net. Never like to see that, but on that play, it was a 2-on-1 straight breakaway, and Fitzpatrick and Klein communicating expertly there. Fitzpatrick taking the ball, Klein knowing that the dish was going to come, and she was right there. I mean, I think the shot went a little wide, but Klein was there to make the save either way. So with this injury timeout, we will step aside here with 3:41 left from Andre Reed Stadium. KU all over Bloomsburg, 16-10. You're watching Kutztown University Women's Lacrosse on the Golden Bear Network. All right, so injury timeout done, and we're back in action here with about 3.5 left in this one. KU, really, things look bleak at a few times in this game, not only facing a 4-1 deficit, but trailing 9-7 just before half. But again, cannot say it enough. Michaela Bowman's goal right before halftime, getting that deficit down to 1, and then KU came out in a big way in the second half, scoring the first 6 goals and outpacing Bloomsburg 8-1 here in the second half. And you know that's a good sign if you're Coach Jackie Stezzi's feet in front, Gabriel, and that was Watkins with the shot wide. That's a good sign if you're Coach Jackie Stezzi. Your team responds to adversity well, and not only in trailing, but really in those second halves after playing what you would consider is probably a pretty average first half. You've now come out in 2 games in a row and dominated in the second half, cruising, and if my math skills are okay, you've now outscored the last 2 teams 15-3 in the second half, and Michaela Bowman almost made me check myself and say 16, but Bowman shot saved by Di Pasquale. And we don't know if KU will call off the dogs. Apparently not. Gabriel putting pressure on Di Pasquale. Maybe she knows about her career high, but certainly putting all the pressure that the Bloomsburg goalie can handle. And Di Pasquale, not a field player, is not accustomed to that kind of pressure on the back end. That pass easily stolen away there, picked off by Smith, and she is rolled there. And is that going to be an offensive foul? I just have no idea how they judge that. I mean, Smith looked like she had the right of way, but apparently ran over the Husky player, so the ball goes back over to Bloomsburg. So a minute 40 left, and that'll give us just enough time here as the clock ticks down. Bloomsburg with a turnover in their own end, and KU moving it out. That'll give us enough time to update you on what's coming this week in the KU athletics world. So no games tomorrow, which is crazy to think of if you were to look at this composite calendar. Pretty much 2 or 3 games per day for the next straight month. But no games tomorrow, but then Thursday, a full slate. You got women's tennis and men's tennis home against Westchester. You got softball playing a doubleheader at Westchester. And then, like we talked about, huge game here at Andre Reed Stadium. And I'll be on the call once again on Thursday night. So hopefully you're not tired of me because I'm not only doing the next game, but the 3 games following that. But I'll be on the call for that one against number 12 Westchester on Thursday, April 5th. Then this weekend, April 6th and 7th, you got men's and women's track at the Colonial Relays. The KU baseball team come out and support. Baseball and softball home doubleheaders. Baseball against Lock Haven on Friday, and Millersville softball against Millersville on Friday as well. And then both those teams will hit the road. Women's Lax against Edinboro. So KU gets another goal there. Not sure who scored it, but at this point it really doesn't matter. 16-10, about to be 17-10, and this one all Golden Bears. Don't want to forget on Friday the women's tennis team at Jefferson, and like we said, women's Lax against Edinboro. So KU not only with an opportunity to make a statement tonight and certainly pass that test with flying colors and getting a big victory, but you've got 4 games at home. Thursday is going to be a bear, no pun intended, against Westchester. But then you've got Edinboro and Slippery Rock at home. I mean, you could be coming out of this 4-game homestand in this stretch of 4 games in about a week's time, sitting at maybe 4-3, over 500 in the conference. And I think for KU, that's a good spot for them to be at. If they can get those games against Edinboro and Slippery Rock on Saturday and Monday, can't really worry too much about that game against Westchester. Sure, you'd like to have it, but they are an outstanding team, as are the Golden Rams in most sports. But they are an outstanding team here in women's lacrosse, and it'll be a tough test for KU. But they've certainly got to be feeling some confidence from not only that game against Gannon, but the big win tonight in what is going to be. So the goal there, that last goal that we missed, was for Michaela Bowman, her 2nd of the game, 20th of the season, assisted by Carlucci, 3 assists and 2 goals tonight for Michaela. Time will tick down. Shot still, as KU still trying to apply the pressure. Bowman nearly able to come away with the hat trick, but that is it. And you can see the Golden Bears are pumped, especially after the 9-1 outscoring Bloomsburg 9-1 there in the second half, on their way to a 17-10 victory. So just going to run down the goal scorers. So 1 for Carlucci, 1 for Watkins, 6 for Gabriel, the double hat trick tonight for Sarah, 3 for Schmidt, 2 for Bowman, 1 for Cafferata McCormick, or for Cafferata and McCormick, and then 2 for Emily Smith. So everybody getting in on the action tonight. KU making a statement here after facing a couple deficits, including the halftime one, but absolutely dominating from the second half whistle and outscoring Bloomsburg 9-1. So your final score here from Andre Reed Stadium, Kutztown 17 and Bloomsburg 10. Thank you for tuning in, and tune back in next time on Thursday night as KU takes on number 12 Westchester. We appreciate your viewership. And once again, you've been watching Kutztown University Women's Lacrosse on the Golden Bear Network.